Hello everyone, my name is Chandana Chakravarti and I'm pursuing my graduation from St. Edmund's College, Shillong. Currently, I'm in BHC 4th semester with the physics honors. So, I'm going to give a talk on an extremely significant and emerging field of research and applications called biosensors. So, here are my slides. So, I'm going to give an elaborate talk on the history of biosensor, what is a biosensor, components of a biosensor, principle, working of biosensor, types of biosensor, applications of biosensor, advantages, disadvantages, feature of biosensor, conclusion, and so on. So first we look into this history of biosensor. Now the first experiment to mark the origin of biosensor was carried out by Professor Leland C. Clark. He is known as the father of biosensor. He invented the first device to rapidly determine the amount of glucose in blood, and his invention of the oxygen electrode bears his name, Clark electrode. He has more than 80 inventions to his name. So here is the picture of the father of biosensor. Next we look into what is a biosensor. So first of all we need to understand what is a sensor. Now sensor is a device which detects changes in a physical quantity like temperature, humidity and so on and converts it into a quantity that can be measured. Similarly, a biosensor is a device which converts a biological signal into a more useful electrical signal. Now, according to the definition, biosensors are devices which are used to detect the presence or concentration of a biological analyte, such as a biomolecule, a biological structure, or a microorganism, which is then transformed into electrical measurements using electronic circuits. Next, we look into these components of a biosensor. Now, there are different components. First is our analyte, which is a substance of our interest. Next is our bioreceptor, which is a molecule that specifically recognizes the analyte. Then we have this the transducer. A transducer converts one form of energy into another. And in a biosensor, the role of the transducer is to convert the biorecognition event into a measurable signal. Then we have this electronics. This is a part of a biosensor that processes the transduced signal and prepares it for display. Then we have this the display. The display consists of a user interpretation system and such as a liquid crystal display of a computer or a direct printer that generates numbers or curves. So here is the diagrammatic representation. So this is our analyte which passes through a bioreceptor with the help of this biorecognition, which then again passes through a transducer. Then the transducer goes into electronics, which converts the analog to digital signal. Then it passes through a processed signal, and we at the end result we get the display where we get the images, curves or waves, etc. Here is another diagrammatic representation where we have this analyte with the help of these enzymes, DNA, RNA, antibody and antigen. It passes through a receptor. This receptor passes to a transducer. Then this transducer goes to this amplification, and the final from this amplification the final is our signal processing. Then we look into the principle. Now the desired biological material, usually enzyme, by a process known as electroenzymatic approach is converted to corresponding electrical signals, usually current, with the help of a transducer. Now one of the commonly used biological response is the oxidation of the enzyme. Oxidation acts as a catalyst and alters the pH of the biological material. This change in pH will directly affect the current carrying capacity of the enzyme. Output of the transducer, that is the current, is a direct representation of the enzyme being measured. Next, we look into this how a biosensor actually works. Now, the union of biological sensitive element and a transducer is responsible to convert the biological material into a corresponding electrical response in form of signal. The output of the transducer will be either current or voltage relying on the type of enzyme. Now, if the output is voltage, then it is very good. But if the output is current, then this current needs to be converted into voltage. The output voltage signal is generally very low in amplitude. Now the signal is amplified and then it is passed through a low pass filter. Signal processing unit or a signal conditioning unit is accountable for performing this process of amplifying and filtering the signal. The output of the signal processing unit is termed as an analog signal. This analog signal can be exhibited directly on an LCD display. Now we have these types of biosensor. There are basically two types of biosensors, biological element and transducting method, which is again subdivided into these various forms. So we are going to look into this transducting method. Basically, I am going to give a talk on this electrochemical biosensor. Now, generally, the electrochemical biosensor is based on the reaction of enzymatic catalysis that consumes or generates electrons. Such types of enzymes are named redox enzymes. The substrate for this biosensor generally includes three electrodes such as the counter, reference, and working type. So this is our analyte. There are these three blue dots which are our biorecognition element. Then it passes to a transducer with the help of these electrons, oxygen consumption. This transducer passes to a display where we get the displayed image. Next, we will look into this biological element DNA biosensor. DNA biosensors is the promising technique that permits persistent, quick, delicate, and particular recognition of DNA hybridization, and the likewise can be reused. DNA biosensors are generally found as chips, crystals, and electrodes. Now, these biosensors translate the Watson and Crick event of base pair recognition into a decipherable signal. The principle of a DNA biosensor is the hybridization between complementary strands of DNA attached on target and on transducer. Now, this is a biosensor which has a DNA probe in it. With the help of this analyte, we have this desired and undesired DNA. Now, the desired DNA gets bind to this electrode with the help of this hybridization, which then passes to a signal transduction into these various methods. Or it can also happen that if we put the enzyme labels on this desired DNA strands, then this molecules binds to form this double-stranded DNA, which then passes to a single transduction, and it is read by these various methods. Next, we have this applications of biosensor. These are the various applications of biosensor. It can be used as prosthetic devices, drug discovery, disease detection, environmental monitoring, soil quality monitoring, food quality monitoring, toxins of defense interest, and water quality management. Then we have these various advantages of biosensors. Now, what are the various advantages? First advantage is that rapid and continuous measurement, high specificity, very less usage of reagents required for calibration, fast response time, and ability to measure non-polar molecules that can be estimated by other conventional devices. Well, then there are also disadvantages like health and safety issues, relatively poor sensitivity for many of the clinically relevant targets, pH, temperature, and others influence the performance of biosensor sensitivity, then sample collection can be painful, and so on. Now, future of biosensor. The market for biosensor technology is growing at an incredible rate. Advancements in biosensor technology are on the cusp of opening up of many exciting new doors. Now, some of the recent researchers are as number one is our novel biosensor offers rapid quantitative variant of concern independent serology for SARS-CoV-2. Number two is a printable biosensor enables simultaneous recording and imaging of tissues organs during surgery. Number three is our new bioinks for biosensors could make surgery safer. Now we move on to this conclusion. Now, biosensors technology is in its infancy, but there is unlimited potential to reduce cost and still provide a respectable quality of care. In vitro molecular biosensors are nowadays ubiquitous in biological diagnosis and other areas such as disease progression, environmental monitoring, drug discovery, forensics, etc. The rapid development in the field of biosensors are mainly due to microfabrication technologies, the use of novel biorecognition molecules, novel nanomaterials, and nanostructured devices, better interaction between life scientists, engineering, physical scientists. So here are different references from which I took this informations, and thank you very much.